Welcome to Culture Screen, where we analyze culture through countdown. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It's also a great safety net for your children and family overall. According to the National Center for Biotechnology Information, these are the top reasons why we get divorced. Number 10. Little or no premarital counseling. 13% of people who get divorced feel that they received too little marriage counseling, and that perhaps if they had received more, their marriage would have been a lot better. Very few wedding preparation programs discuss how marriages evolve through time, especially early on right after the wedding day. Most premarital packages just instruct on how communication is key, but never warn about the difficulty that will come as a result of any marriage. Number 9. Lack of support from family. According to a Huffington Post study, on a 26-year-long longitudinal study, 373 couples showed that husbands who had a close relationship with their wife's family decreased the chances of divorce by 20%. On the other hand, the wives who had close relationships with their husband's family actually increased the chance of divorce. According to Terry Orbuch, the psychologist and professor behind the 26-year longitudinal study, husbands should remember to care for their in-laws and treat them as important members of the family, whereas wives should be mindful of boundaries between them and their in-laws. Number 8. Health problems. Elizabeth Ochoa, a chief psychologist and marriage counselor at the Beth Israel Medical Center located in New York City, showed that illnesses often bring marriages to an end. According to Dr. Ochoa, illness is usually accompanied with a loss of self for the individual with the illness. Increased debt also follows, as well as pain. This often ends with one of the two partners feeling like they are carrying all, if not most, of the weight throughout the marriage. Of course, some couples are hit harder by illnesses than others. In some cases, it may actually bring the two together, but for the most part, it breaks marriages apart. Number 7. Domestic violence. Almost a quarter of those surveyed said their reason for divorcing was either physical or mental abuse in the marriage. Many went on to explain that the abuse grew throughout their marriage, and that intense cycles of abuse actually led to increased feelings of remorse and disgust. Domestic violence is extremely serious. According to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, in 2017, 50,000 women were by either a romantic partner or a close family member killed. Number 6. Substance abuse. Substance abuse can destroy friendships, families, and marriages. Of the individuals surveyed by the National Center for Biotechnology Information, 34% of those surveyed said they left their spouse because of their substance abuse. 12% of those surveyed said substance abuse was actually the final straw that made them decide once and for all on divorce. Number 5. Financial problems. Many of the study participants cited financial problems as one of the main contributors of their divorce. Money issues contribute to both increased stress and tension throughout the relationship. Partners with conflicting money styles can often destroy a marriage, especially when one person spends a lot more than the other, while the other prefers to save. These tensions will rise and will lead to secret bank accounts, your partner yearning for freedom, and the dissolvement of your marriage. Number 4. Getting married too young. According to the Pew Research Center, the age of marriage has drastically changed over the last 50 years. In 1960, 59% of those married were ages 18 to 29. 50 years later, we have seen a drop in the number of marriages between 18 to 29 by 20%. And by 2011, the median age of men marrying was 28.7, and for women, the median age was 26.5. Couples who got married too young often cite saying that they did not know enough about dating before they got married. Number 3. Too much conflict and arguing. Most of those who participated in the survey of the NCIB also reported that most of their conflicts were not resolved throughout their marriage. Due to this lack of resolution, marriages are quickly led to their divorce. Those surveyed reported that communication issues increased in frequency as well as intensity from the beginning to the end of the marriage, and that at times it seemed that they had reconciled, but it actually resulted in a loss of feeling and loss of positive connections, as well as a loss of mutual support. Number 2. Infidelity and extramarital affairs. According to the survey, infidelity was cited as one of the most crucial events that completely turned a marriage upside down. It is the most common destroyer of marriages above all others. Some of the most common causes of cheating are feeling neglected, feeling insecure about yourself and your value in the relationship, and the fear of abandonment. Number 1. Lack of commitment. Out of all those who are surveyed, 75%, to be exact, said that lack of commitment played a large role in the demise of their marriage. Not feeling connected to their partner and having a constant sense of being alone and isolated brought their marriage to an end. Subscribe for new videos every week. Don't forget to hit the like button, and see you around for more.